suruh rolling.
Okay, so kita nak panjat Genting ni. Kalau masa kita ambil yang single motor tu, kita test untuk range lah. Pasal yang tu dapat 600 lebih dan memang dapat. So kali ni kita nak test untuk performance pula ni, dual motor. So nak panjat ni kita dah set dekat power kan, kita letak dekat sports. You rasa tak ada berenjut tu, dah nampak. So untuk Hyundai Ioniq 5 ke Ioniq 6 ke, bila you tukar mode tu, dia akan ada jump in power. You akan rasa dia. So sekarang ni kita dekat sports mode. This is the maximum power yang you akan dapat rasa. Dan memang berbeza lah. Dan masa you eco tu berbeza sangat power dia daripada sports mode. So sepanjang panjang tadi saya gunakan eco, ni baru nak guna sports mode. Now baru dia punya performance tu berasa lah. Dan of course sebab dia all wheel drive kali ni, should be more stability into the corners. Untuk kereta elektrik ni, dia punya kelebihan utama dia bila kita memandu tu ialah sebab dia punya throttle control very fine. So you tak kisah sangat masuk a little bit slow. So you boleh buat slow in, and then pada awal you dah boleh modulate the throttle. Dia tak rasa. That one tadi tu I actually dah boleh masuk throttle very early. And because there's no delay in terms of the gearbox ke engine ECU, tak ada. So you boleh betul-betul properly be on the throttle very early. And that is part of the fun untuk bawa kereta elektrik lah. So bila orang kata tak fun bawa kereta elektrik, satu, you get instant torque, dan dua, because the torque control is so fine, so I can nampak tu dia boleh modulate very finely. And then you go just swing it around cars. And I'm still using single pedal operation. Masih belum touch brake pedal lagi. Obviously hari ni kita bukan nak go all out lah. This is just to show macam mana, how much fun you can have reasonably driving an electric car. And kereta ni agak powerful juga, and all wheel drive. So you see, that's not possible dengan kereta ice. I let go early, single pedal, dia slow down. It goes again, slow down early. And because it's all wheel drive, you boleh make it pull you out of corners lah. And they tend to mungkin ada sedikit understeer, but this is, we're not pushing really hard. There's no tire noise or anything, which means that the car is well within dia punya grip level lah, well within its comfort level. And I'm also within my comfort level, and that's important lah when in public roads ni. But the car is moving very briskly, and even though traffic ada braking, we don't have to, I have not had to touch the brake pedal yet lah. Belum perlu tekan brake. And like this one, you can see macam mana I can just play on the outside. That's how much torque and comfort there is in this car. So it's quite fun actually sebenarnya. Ini traffic banyak sikit, so we let all these cars go up. Lepas dari sini kita masuk balik lorong laju, play with them again. So ni sekarang ni kiranya I tak max the throttle lagi pun. This like maybe up to 3/4 je the throttle, sebab tak cukup ruang. Yang kita kena ingat bila kita bawa kereta elektrik ialah because the torque is instant and banyak, you kena ada ruang kat depan tu cukup banyak baru you nak boleh slam the throttle lah. Dia bukan macam kereta ice biasa lah. It is noticeably different the way that the car accelerate. Pasal you tak ada, dia immediate dia punya acceleration, so you kena ada ruang untuk you boleh nak agak ataupun nak slow down in case the car in front slow down, because you will get a very rapid speed rise nanti kalau you tak boleh nak ada ruang untuk you. Ni pun tengok ni, this is only up to not even half throttle, but 1/3 throttle je. That's how dia dah pergi. And this is not the light car, it's quite the heavy car, big battery 70 lebih. So brake belum sentuh lagi, masih lagi guna single pedal. Selalu kalau kita bawa kereta ais, kita macam nak try to go a bit faster into the corner. Untuk kereta elektrik jangan bawa macam tu. There's a lot of weight in the car, and physics is still physics. Tayar punya grip tu is terhad, so you kena be careful. Jangan push it too fast into a corner. Much safer to do slow in fast out, because because of the weight lah. But this kereta Ioniq 6 ni is Hyundai punya second generation of EV platform. First generation dia macam Kona yang lama tu semua kan. Yang itu memang kalau you bawa kat sini, it will cut back. You boleh rasa traction control dia. Yang ini untuk dapat macam tu memang kena hari hujan, and you have to do something completely stupid lah. And even then bila dia cut back tu, dia tak macam apa nama tu, bila kita bawa kereta ais rasa macam engine tu cut off kan. Ni tak, dia just reduce power, tapi you can rasa the car macam wiggle sikit lah. On this jalan lembab macam ni susah. Kalau yang Kona dulu tu jalan lembab 30-50 km sejam straight line pun, kalau you slam akan rasa the kereta squirming lah. So much better in one generation. Bila dia dah faham karakteristik of, kadang-kadang it's not just the motor characteristic, it's actually the entire suspension geometry you kena redesign balik because of the torque characteristic of the car. And ini kita tahu sebab kawan-kawan kita dekat Proton dulu, masa dia orang buat kereta elektrik dengan Detroit Electric tu, which is like in the 1990s ke early 2000 lah, gunakan Gen 2 punya platform tu. Memang dia kata bila dia orang gunakan motor elektrik, the car becomes undrivable because the suspension semua design untuk ice, and the amount of torque yang generated is lower, and of course torque karakteristik dia lain lah. Bila you dapat a car that's adapted daripada ice, kadang-kadang you'll have that problem. This is dedicated, so dia dah ubah lah. So the other thing that kita kena ingat ialah untuk kereta ais, dia punya center of gravity tinggi sikit. So dia orang punya suspension geometry ni takes into account that one lah. So what you do is you try to match as closely your center of gravity dengan you punya center of roll. So kalau you punya center of gravity tu just slightly above your center of roll, jadi kereta tak roll banyak sangat lah. But in an ice car, it's susah lah untuk dia orang nak dapatkan center of gravity yang cukup rendah, so dekat dengan the center of roll. But in an EV, it is possible kalau you guna the geometry untuk kereta ice, that you might get the center of roll that is actually lower than your center of gravity. When your center your center of gravity that's lower than your center of roll, bila your center of gravity is lower than your center of roll, bila kereta tu masuk corner, dia punya lean dia terbalik, because it is pulling on the center of roll daripada bawah. So then you'll get a very weird feeling of the car, turning in macam kereta api kan. So you in EV typically memang you punya center of gravity on the center of roll is very low, and dia kurang sama lah, and so dia tak roll. This is why, and the other thing yang important, kenapa jangan bawa laju masuk ke corner ni, sebab they roll they turn in very flat. So you might get the impression that kereta tu macam like I don't know, macam like a hyper grippy car ke apa ke, because like it's like it feels like a racing car corner flat. But tak, this is still a very pliable suspension. You know, it's a very pliable suspension. So I don't know macam mana dia punya ultimate grip dia lah. And also macam mana how it behaves at extremes, you know. The reason I say that is because untuk bila kereta tu corner flat, obviously it's easier for the engineers to make sure that the tyres are flat lah, and it doesn't move, right? There's no movement in the suspension, and the geometry stays pretty much the same. So they don't need to have like super hard anti-roll bar, neither do they need like super hard dampers ke apa ke. Dampers dia I think maybe a little bit firmer than usual because banyak weight and nak damp. So when you get like a soft sprung car, actually your mechanical grip tinggi lagi kan. Cuma bila there is no like a gradual change dari segi dia punya tire movement or tire punya placement as you push the car, then my concern lah, my fear, ini bukan terror punya driver, is that you get the grip and then suddenly it loses like off a cliff. Dia tak ada orang panggil progressive feel, because on a car that rolls, you design it so that you can feel as the grip diminishes, you boleh rasa, and then that makes it feel more natural, as it were. And you can tune it untuk average driver, you can tune it for experienced driver. So usually untuk kereta ice, they would tune it untuk average driver lah kan, sebab most of us are average drivers. So yang ni saya tak berani nak push lah. So because it feels like the car punya limit is so much higher than my limit. That's why I say bila I bawa kereta elektrik, I jarang attack corner like super aggressive brake lambat-lambat. Satu, because I tak nak overheat the brakes. There's so much mass to counter, to slow down. Even when you're using single pedal operation pun, I think there's a limit lah. Kalau banyak single pedal operation tu can help slow down the car. So you see, it's you can do it without even trying, you know. So it does in a way make you look like a really good driver, and that might also give you a security. So again, remind lah, bila bawa kereta elektrik, be careful, and just remember kereta ni berat, and remember that the car will accelerate a lot faster than you think it would, and so give it time, give it space, and bila masuk dalam corner, just enjoy the throttle accuracy. You boleh accelerate and just so much tak ada ruang sangat dapat. Even ke atas tu, when it's like really tight, you can, macam this car, orang tengok, orang taklah kata macam this is going to be like a super fast car. But kalau setakat jumpa Golf GTI ke Golf R tu, boleh layan lah. Golf GTI rasa memang boleh layan lah. Golf R tak tahu lah, kalau you're in a good mood, nak push, boleh kot kan. Dia punya kelemahan dia bukan tak power tu, berat the mass might make you worry a little bit lah. But the good thing about this car, dia punya brakes are well judged. So kalau you push pun, it's decent lah. I'm not saying that the initial bite dia tu menangkap sedap ke tak. It's a decent initial bite, and the blending between apa dia panggil regen braking dan the friction brakes are quite good. So this part kalau di clear ni, ada bit of fun that can be had. Depan dia pun struggle dia, berat, dia tinggi, dia susah hati lah. So kita power dia sikit. very early power out. Sini, tight corner, let go, let the regen brake do it, start to throttle out. So it's pulling out really quick, and you can use like at least 1/3 to half throttle lah kalau you keen to push hard lah. So again, this is nice. Corner not too tight. The transition right left. This left one is going to be quite tricky. So it tightens up. Tu ada bunyi sikit. So you let go. Let the regen braking do the work. Power dah. So now pulls out. Clean, dia tak ada bunyi. Tu yang aku paling suka sekali. I know a lot of people complain about tak ada bunyi, but to me, I feel like I'm in the future. I'm driving a car that doesn't make a noise, tapi dia pergi, dia pecut. Orang lain, I mean, people get excited about different things. That's what gets me excited. This car is so quiet, and it goes like stink. This one memang dia jadi steep kan. So typically kat sini memang kalau dengan kereta ais biasa, kita tak boleh pergi lah. Dia struggle lah sikit sekejap kat bawah tu as dia nak tangkap the gradient tu. And this is where these EVs memang will just they're coming up to some of the best parts. Careful, kadang-kadang kita do accelerate, kereta depan tak boleh nak keep up mah. So just be careful. Try to be mindful of their own punya limitations. So this one is a braking one. Brake sikit sebab it's going to come up tight. I'm already powering out. That's almost like 3/4 throttle. This one as it goes to the right, left again, kita kena slow down. This one kena brake lah, supaya tidak panas sangat. Okay, going up to the cable car. Clear. Looks like it's going to be clear. You can catch some cars quite unaware pasal it works on a different kind of scale, but different response level. So that the BMW 5 Series, maybe they expect certain level of acceleration from the car approaching, but if it's an EV, the acceleration rate is different, and you suddenly tengok, dah sampai dah kereta tu. So this one, saya takut sikit sini pasal ada macam licin tu. So terus atas ni, kanan ni dia nice and quite okay. Tighten up over there. Let go. Tap skid brake. Tekan. Go round, cast. Dan ke atas tu dia kena nice tight right hander. Tengok macam mana how quickly you can tap the throttle or start powering out, even though this is a very tight hander. I'm already powering out. Just leaving cars behind. So just remember, slow in, fast out. Pasal dia memang boleh go very fast out. Ada tight one. Kita sebelum melihat polis. So usually kat situ either if you're not in a really good car, you are struggling second gear dah terlalu tinggi, and then you nak quickly up to third. So with EV there's no gear change, no. So it's very different lah. The tight one, powering up already, and because it's all-wheel drive, it's to worry about lah so much. So slam down on the brakes. Power max. Okay, we're done. So that was the Genting run. Very little drama. And okay lah, so to be fair, we are not attacking it like crazy, but still it was a bit of fun. And you can see macam mana this Ioniq 6 basically tinggalkan lah kategori biasa, and tak boleh nak, they can't cope lah, they can't cope with it. Kalau you are somebody who memang betul-betul tengah attacking the corners, it will be difficult for even a hot hatch ke, even a performance car, even a GT would find it hard to keep up with cars like this. If this is equal driver, good driver, it's going to be hard. I know the limitation of berat semua, and I said about berat and whatever not, but because you have instant power and you can go slow in, fast out, and you can power out earlier than the ICE car, and you can enjoy more accurate stability control. Just keep dropping the camera. Ngantuk ke apa? Ha? Okay. Siap lah. So bila kita naik tadi, we had about 320, I think maybe 310 lah kilometers on the tank in the battery. Tapi bila naik atas Genting, which is I don't know, maybe 25-30 kilometers, we lost 100 kilometers lah of battery range. But nanti bila kita turun balik Gombak, you akan notice this one either tak bergerak, ataupun I might add 1 or 2 kilometers daripada atas Genting ni. So as we go up and down Gombak nanti sekarang, go down Gombak, we will not be using any of the existing range sebab dia regen banyak masa turun nanti.